see, I'm feeling pretty energetic this morning, and it's a good job too, because I'm about to have a gymnastic adventure. Yes, here I am at the Spectrum Leisure Centre in Guildford. Now, today is a special day because they're holding the Junior European Cup semi-finals. Now, you don't just expect me to stand still and do nothing, do you? No, Yvette Fielding, intrepid reporter, will endeavour to tumble and vault with the best of them. And speaking of the best of them, they're a little bit tubby. Here are the Gummy Bears in a story called Faster Than a Speeding Tummy. Well, today's adventure is all to do with gymnastics, and here I am in Guildford for the Junior European Cup semi-finals, and hopefully I'm going to meet some of the competitors, and you never know, they might be able to give me a few tips on how to lose some of this Christmas pud. Now, today's event is being organised by the British Amateur Gymnastics Association and will feature gymnasts from all over Europe, many of whom are hoping to get into the Olympics, which is happening later on this year in Atlanta, America. Over 4.5 million people perform gymnastics on a regular basis in this country, either at one of the 1,000 clubs or 16,000 schools that encourage the sport. Well, I know they're all around here somewhere. Come on, let's go and find them. No, this isn't right. I've done this before. I mean, this is ice hockey. I mean, I'm after graceful gymnasts, and they're not graceful. No, this is definitely not right. Oh. Join me after the break when I shall be tripping the light in gymnastic. Welcome back to my gymnastics adventure here in Guildford. Now, this is the gym where the competition is going to take place, and behind me you can see that some of the competitors are warming up and they're having some last-minute coaching as well. This is Adrienne, who is the national coach. How important is it to do the last-minute warm-up?
Actually, you cannot compete without a warm-up, and it's not a last-minute warm-up. It's a very, very structured procedure to get your body ready for more difficult skills.
Are you quite a tough coach?
Yeah, I can say I am a tough coach.
And where do England come, where do they rank in Europe?
Our ranking is somewhere between 5 and 7 in Europe in this moment in time.
And that's good?
That is acceptable, but we are not satisfied, and we are fighting to get a better position.
Now, obviously you need to be very bendy to be a gymnast. Now, do you think you could teach me a few warm-up skills?
Yes, no problem at all.
Okay, great.
Natalie, right, you have to sit on your knees.
Right.
Yeah, and to put the hands in front of you. Yeah, right, and to stretch your shoulders. Stretch. Press the shoulders down. Yeah, keep the elbow straight. Yeah, now more and more and more.
Oh, I say.
Yeah? And you have to feel the effect on your back and on your shoulders.
Oh, yes, I can feel that.
Now, yeah, gently, step by step, the mobility will increase.
Oh, right. Oh, there's something to do at home then, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, right, okay.
Right. A next exercise which can increase the mobility of your hips.
Okay.
Natalie, can you show us a little bit a real split? Yeah, this is a correct one. Try once.
Oh, it looks very painful.
Yeah, it's not painful. Step by step. Yeah. Step by step, and try more. That's it. Gradually you will do a good job. Yeah. All right. Come back.
Oh, I can't come back.
Yeah.
Oh, I say. Oh, I'm meant to walk next week.
Yeah.
Okay, now what?
All right. Next one.
Yeah.
Next one is a bridge.
Right.
Yeah?
I remember this from school.
All right. Lay on your back.
Yes. Now then. Okay.
Bend your knees.
Yes.
Put the hands near your ears.
Right.
Yeah. And steady. Push. Push.
Oh.
Fine.
There we are. Now it's time for bonkers. Here he is in a story called The Cheap Sheep Sweep. I don't know, I'll bend over backwards for this show. Well, I'm still on my fantastic gymnastic adventure for the Junior European Semi-Cup finals here in Guildford, where Britain and 5 other countries from around Europe will be battling it out. And while they do that, I'm going to have a go myself and show them a thing or two. You know what I mean? Not bad, eh? do, but I think I could do with a few more tips. Join me after the break when I'm going to be chatting to two members of the British team. Welcome back to my gymnastics adventure. Well, here we are sitting on the bouncy floor. It's a lovely blue colour, isn't it? Yes. Now, let me introduce you to Emma Suckling and Jenny Cox, and they're two members of the junior British team. So, how long have you been doing gymnastics?
I've been doing it since I was 3.
Gosh, that's very young. And what about you?
I started when I was 7, which was quite late to start.
Right. And how old are you both now?
13 and 15.
Right. So, how often do you train?
I train 6 days a week, about 30 hours.
That's a lot. What about you?
I train 30 hours as well.
Doesn't your body get tired?
It's like a sort of rhythm you get into and you just keep going. You don't seem to get tired. You get used to it after a while.
You on a special diet?
We have to make sure that we don't put on too much weight because otherwise our weight to strength ratio isn't good enough. So we have to sort of make sure we don't eat too much fatty foods or chocolate.
Oh, no. So what's your favourite discipline?
Bars. I like vault.
What do you want to achieve?
Well, hopefully to get to very high standards and possibly the Olympics. That's my main goal.
Oh, goodness me. Well, good luck with that. And thank you very much. Now, what are you going to do now?
Watch part 2 of Bonkers.
That's a very... More from Bonkers next week. Well, here I am still on my fantastic gymnastic adventure in Guildford, where they're holding the Junior European Semi-Cup finals. Now, all the competitors have gone off for a little rest because they finished doing all their warm-up and training. And they want to be fresh for when the competition starts, which is going to start very soon. Now, they've left me up here, which I think is quite rude, actually. Now, I don't like to be left hanging around. If someone doesn't get me down soon, I think I'm going to lose my lunch.
Oh, hello, this is Yvette Fielding welcoming you back to a crucial moment on this week's adventure with the Junior European Cup semi-finals coming to you from Guildford. Now you can always cut the tension here with a knife as the young contestants from all over Europe prepare to do battle in this gymnastic cauldron of sport. Oh, a cauldron placed over the flames of international scrutiny and stirred with a pinch of Olympic hope. Oh, I can't go on. Who wrote this load of old rubbish? Now, be very pleased to know there's a real professional commentator sitting right next to me. Her name is Christine Still. Hello.
Hi.
Now, what do you think? Do you think I can make it as a commentator?
I'm sure you could.
Good, that's the right answer to give, actually. So, what does your job involve on a day like this?
Well, on a day like today, I've got to make sure I know the gymnasts who are taking part, that I can identify them when they're performing on the floor. I know a little bit of their background, and also, obviously, my sport is gymnastics, so I understand the moves they're going to perform, and I've got to give a little bit of that information to the audience.
So what do you do to get to know the different gymnasts? Do you actually have videotapes and things, so you learn who's who?
Yes, the more famous ones we've got on videotape. Some of the Russian gymnasts performing today have just performed at the World Championships in Sabai, so we've got video of them. Otherwise, I've been along to the training sessions and made my notes, and it's easy to remember them once you've seen them perform.
Gosh, it's not just sitting down with a microphone like I did there so expertly.
Well, no, but it's all great fun. If you love the sport, then it's great to be able to do that.
How do you think Britain are going to do in this competition?
Well, we've got the big guys again today. We're being drawn against Russia, and they really are some of the very best gymnasts in the world. And for our gymnasts today, it's going to be a little awe-inspiring, but also a bit inspirational to be able to work next to such good gymnasts. And you have to be realistic. It would be very unlikely that they could beat them, but they'll get a lot of inspiration from it, and will make an extra notch up in their position in gymnastics.
Oh, I'm sorry to be rude. I've just noticed the time. Thank you very much, Christina.
That's a pleasure.
And I'll leave it in your capable hands.
Thank you.
I'm sure you won't
Thank
miss
you.
me too much. I've got to go and get back. I've got to make contact with the club, you see, let them know how I'm doing. All right then.
Thanks
Take
a
care.
lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I'm still on my gymnastic adventure here in Guildford, and now the moment has arrived. In they come, the teams to compete. In the first round, the teams are Poland, Finland and Sweden. There are 6 members in each team, but only 5 compete, with 1 in reserve. All 5 do the disciplines in rotation, but only the 4 best results from each discipline are counted. It's all great stuff, isn't it? Join me after the break when we find out how the British team do in round 2. Welcome back. Well, round 1 has just been completed, so let's see how the British team do now.
The British team are competing here today against some of the best gymnasts in the world in their class. Members of the Russian team are expected to be gold medalists at the Olympics in Atlanta later this year. These are tense moments for Adrienne and the British team as they wait for the results. The fantastic performance from the Russian athletes has earned them the gold medal and the trophy. The Germans got the silver, and a valiant effort from the British team earned them the bronze. Congratulations to Jenny, Emma and the rest of the team.
That was an incredible competition. Very, very exciting indeed. I'm just worn out by watching it.